how would you find a lender?
You go to our website, nchfa.com. You go to where it says home buyers. You have to be careful because there is home ownership, and that section belongs to the lenders. But for the home buyer, the person that's out there looking to purchase a home, they want to go to where it says home buyers. And under home buyers, you'll find a link that says find a lender. When the borrower is at that page, they want to put in their North Carolina zip code, and that's going to generate a list of lenders within that zip code and the mile radius that they indicate. Our website has a lot of valuable information. So take your time, read through it before you actually contact one of those lenders. Get familiar with a lot of the processes and verbiage. The other thing is that once you look through it, you're going to see, for example, find a lender. That's where you're going to put in your North Carolina zip code and find a lender. There's also a link and an entry where it says income limits. Income limits is important, and the income limits are based on the county, the program, and how many people will be living in your household. So as long as you are below that, you should be okay, income-wise. But depending on the program and the other criteria.
We have lender partners, like over 120 of them in North Carolina, and we've trained over 1,150 loan officers with our programs. So there are plenty within our system folks can choose from.
What is a housing counselor, and how do you utilize one?
Most certainly. Housing counselors can be just a tremendous asset for a first-time home buyer purchase. They can be an advocate for that person, but the best thing is they can actually help make sure that person is ready to be a homeowner. Sometimes this can take a couple of months, might take a year. But there are some credit requirements we're going to get into a little bit later. And folks have to have certain credit requirements, have to have certain levels of income that show they can pay back the loan. And the housing counselors are just an excellent resource for folks to try to get their budget worked up, try to figure out what they can afford as far as the house is concerned. But the housing counselor can help them prepare for home ownership and can be a real advocate for that potential homeowner.
How would you avoid a predatory lender then?
Well, one of the things you have to be very careful, they make a lot of promises. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably isn't. And you have to be careful with that. Ask a lot of questions. Don't just give out your information unless you're very comfortable. So just be careful. Give us a call. Ask a lot of questions, and don't let anyone run your credit unless you are very comfortable with them. If there's a review section somewhere, look them up. Sometimes we get emails from a company, and it's good to just take that company name and Google it. That might give you more insight. We have approximately about 200 lenders on our list that they participate. The lenders participate in our program, and their loan officers are actually trained in our program to make sure that they can process those packages, those loan packages properly, which is a great thing. And one of the requirements is that only lenders in North Carolina, loan officers. The lender can have several locations throughout the state, throughout the United States, but you're going to be contacting a lender within North Carolina, one of your own people here in North Carolina, which is nice. That also helps with the predatories lenders, because you know that you're dealing with someone within the state.
Gotcha. So as the Hispanic population rises in North Carolina, do you have lenders that can address this, or?
We do have some lenders. We have loan officers within those lenders that do speak Spanish. Because I'm Spanish myself, of course, I'm constantly trying to make sure that I capture that information when they become participating lenders. when a loan officer has finished their training and everything and that information comes to me, I always make sure that if they do speak Spanish, that I put it in the database so that when a lender, someone is looking for for a lender that's speaking Spanish, that hopefully they'll be able to find one. And again, if you don't see one, you can always call and we will find someone for you that can speak Spanish.
When someone goes and looks for a lender on our website, and they put in their zip code and how many miles away from that zip code they want to look, a number of loan officers will pop up, and if they are Spanish speaking, it will say Spanish speaking under their name.